Geek fans, it's time for another Game of Thrones recap show on Geeks at the Movies. I'm Shane Gurch, this is Jacob Desdales. Today we're recapping episode 10 of season 6. It's the season finale. We're going to use our usual method. We're going to go by location because otherwise it just gets so confusing. But let's start with the actual intro. We're going to focus on King's Landing. This intro was amazing. Mm-hmm. I love the use of violin. I love the use of tension where the music would kick in, then it would fade out to show Lawrence Tyrell's trial, because the Seven Septimus are now putting him on trial. Cersei's supposed to be put on trial, but there's this ominous tension with this violin is relentlessly playing. Like, what's going on? What's Cersei doing? Why is she dressed up all weird and in black?
Yeah, and it shows Tommen getting dressed up too.
Yep.
And because he wants to go to his mother's trial.
Yes.
But she has different plans because after what's the brother's name?
Lawrence Tyrell.
He gets put on trial first and gets the thing carved into his head because he said he'll never marry. He'll leave,
renounce his lordship.
Yeah, he'll leave this place and then he gets that carved into his head and then after that they're waiting for Cersei and they're like, where is she?
Where is Cersei?
Yeah, and then the leader of the High Sparrow is like, we're gonna wait, and even though
he sends his men out to get her.
Yeah.
Like, well, why don't you show her how to get there? And then we see a scene with Tommen where he's about to leave. Oh, but Zombie Knight's in the way.
Yeah.
Well, why is Zombie Knight stopping him from leaving? What's going on here? And where's Cersei?
Yes. And then what's the old guy with the beard?
The old maester. He's diverted away to where he sees Qyburn, and Qyburn is like, "Hey, I got nothing against you, but you've been around too long, and really, I should be the advisor, not you." Yeah. And
I actually like how they showed that his beard is back in full now, but then he gets stabbed by children.
Yes.
They just all stabbing him over and over again.
I'm amazed that guy lasted as long as he did.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's put out of the picture. I'm still not quite sure why they killed him that way, why he couldn't just been blown up with everyone else, but whatever, it was cool, it was fine by me. And then Queen Marjorie's there going, wait a second, Cersei's not here. Something's going on. There's a problem. Maybe we should leave. The High Sparrow.
Yeah, he's like, nope. Well,
it's all good. We're good.
Yeah.
He prevents people from leaving. Eventually, one of his men, one of the Knights Militant, finds that there's the wildfire, but he can't stop it in time
because he gets stabbed by a kid. And he's dragging himself towards
the Lannister cousin. He gets stabbed by the kid. He can't stop it, and then boom, and everyone dies.
Yeah.
I did not think they were to kill these people. I expected the High Sparrow to die.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to kill Marjorie.
No, the Queen. I thought she had plans and things was going to happen, but they didn't just kill Marjorie. They wiped out her family. Yeah. Except for Grandmama Tyrell, who was not there. Yeah. They all died. Mace Tyrell, her brother. The lineage is gone. In addition to that, they killed off a bunch of Lannisters. The Hand of the King, and then the cousin Lancel got killed. It's just, and then of course Tommen commits suicide, which is a great, fantastic scene.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I knew all the sparrows were gonna die. I didn't expect him to kill himself.
Right. The scene is amazing.
Yeah.
It's just this. He walks off screen,
and it holds that for such a long time. That scene of the building burning.
And you're like, what's gonna happen right now?
Yeah.
And then as soon as you hear the steps again, I was like, is he gonna jump out the window? And he jumped out the window.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Definitely. Yeah. It was that was a great scene.
And at this point, Cersei, I think she kind of expected it because of the prophecy, because they showed, I forget what season it was now, that there was a prophecy of this witch when she was a kid, all your 3 kids will die.
Yeah, and
she kind of accepted that.
Yeah, she didn't really care that he had just killed himself.
I think she just accepted it happened. Yeah. I mean, she tried saving him. She didn't want him going to the keep. She didn't want him, but there's nothing she could do.
Yeah, and then they have the great scene of her torturing the woman that tortured her when she was in.
Oh, that nun! Yeah. Oh God, I hate that woman. The shame. Yeah. Sure.
and then she said, "Admit it. You enjoyed torturing me in that place, but now I'm going to enjoy torturing you."
Yes. And she's like, "Oh, I'm ready to die." Oh, not today. You're not dying today.
Yeah.
And then she brings the Zombie Knight, Sir Gregor Clegane, into the room, and I'm guessing he rapes her. I'm not really sure what. That's the impression I was getting.
Yeah.
And oh my God, she's not gonna be too happy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very brutal scene, and then she walks out and goes, shame.
Shame. Oh, it was brutal. It was sick. But I hated that nun woman. I hate all those sparrows. So I was like, I kind of liked it. I was like, yeah, cool. But Cersei, she's done now though as a sympathetic character.
Yeah.
At this point, she's done.
Yeah.
Because she's gone a full villain. She has no kids around anymore to try to hold her back. So it's just whatever.
Yeah, she's definitely she's kind of like the Godfather now, like, but she's the God woman, I guess. But she and I felt that this episode had a lot of Godfather-isms in it, but I really like that the scene where she sits down on the throne, and that was a great shot, and another great shot.
Amazing. And then Jaime comes back just in time, and
he knew what went down.
And I'm not. What is there? Is Jaime gonna have to kill her? Is Jaime gonna kill the Mad Queen?
Yeah, you're right. Holy crap! I just realized that. Yeah.
Because I don't think Jaime's too happy about this. This is like, what the hell's happened? This is crazy.
You let my son die, and you just killed all these people.
Right.
And so, that's a good comparison. He's probably gonna have to kill another Mad Queen.
I mean, because now she's just gone off the deep end.
Yeah.
And no one likes her too. What support does she have?
Yeah.
It's only through terror.
Yeah. She's basically just becoming like the Mad King, or even like the Sparrows now.
Yes. It's really amazing. Her arc is incredible, but I'm thinking she's gonna be dead next season.
Yeah, probably.
The actress that plays her is great. The role it's one of the most interesting characters on the show because we hated her for so long. Then we had some sympathy for her, and then she just goes way overboard on her revenge.
Yeah.
It's like, you really took that revenge to the next level there.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, there's some satisfaction there, but and there's also the idea is like, no, this is too far. You're crazy. You're done.
Yeah.
So
I feel right now I'm not like back to hating her full, but I feel like next season I'm gonna be back to just hating her full on.
Oh yeah. Now let's move on to probably the happiest part of the episode.
Yeah.
Sam finally gets to Old Town. He's gonna be a maester.
Yeah.
And he sees the giant library.
Yeah.
Oh, and he sees the white ravens being sent out, which is the sign, which I didn't notice at the time, is a sign that winter has arrived.
Yeah.
They sent out the white ravens to announce that. At first I was like, oh, are those ravens being sent out because of what happened in King's Landing? No, it had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, finally, winter's finally here.
Finally here.
Yeah.
Episode 10 of season 60 episodes in, after the very first fucking episode, them saying, winter's coming, winter's coming.
Yeah. It's finally here.
Fucking here.
Yeah.
And Sam's finally getting a chance to learn. And look at that library is incredible. And it was cool seeing Sam there because most other characters wouldn't care.
Yeah.
For Sam, it was like, oh, I'm in Disneyland now. It's so awesome. What is he gonna learn? How is he? Because he's gonna play a role in the greater war to come.
Yeah.
He's gonna learn something about the White Walkers to undermine them in some way.
I just kind of hope he stays safe because I don't want him to die. Like he's the most sympathetic character probably.
He's definitely one of the few, and he's one of the few characters that's in a relationship that's like not based on deceit and it's actually like a real relationship and they're not just manipulating each other.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't go back out into battle. I hope he stays here as a maester. But I really like seeing that, and then it cuts to Brandon
north of the wall with Cold Hands.
Yeah, Cold Hands.
I wish we saw more Cold Hands.
Yeah,
and I thought the scene was a little bit comical. I know he's right near the wall, and I guess one of the Night's Watch are going to come get him. But it was a little odd how he's riding the horse, and he's like, okay, and he just pick you up off the horse, put you on the ground. I'll take the horse now. See you later.
Yeah. It was just like, okay, you showed up for one episode, and then now you're in this episode, and you're hitting the road.
Right. It made sense in the context of the story because he explains, I can't go past the wall.
Yeah.
I'm part of this undead and there's magic, but it was just funny seeing, it's like, okay, your crippled nephew, you take off the horse and then you take the horse.
Yeah, you just leave them there. But
I know is right near the wall, and there's, but
she's gonna have to drag him there. But but then he touches the tree. He's like, I'm the three-eyed raven now. I gotta touch a tree. So,
obviously.
Yeah. So he does that, and then we go back to that flashback of Eddard Stark. He just killed all his people. He's gonna climb to the Tower of Hope, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
Tower of Joy.
Tower of Joy.
Yeah.
What's in the Tower of Joy? And lo and behold, it's the birth of Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Who they don't quite confirm it, but it seems very clear based on the context and a few lines you could hear that Jon Snow is not the bastard child of Ned Stark.
Yeah.
That this woman, which I'm still not quite sure the relationship, why she could convince him to do this, but if his real parentage is Targaryen, and if it was known, he'd be in danger.
Yeah.
His life would be at risk.
Yeah.
So that has to be hidden at all costs. So Eddard Stark, Ned Stark, he lies and said, "This is my kid." He puts his family through all kinds of stress, this and that, just to save Jon Snow's life.
Yeah, because the whole backstory there was that woman, she was kidnapped by the Mad King, and then her husband started a whole war over it. But what really happened was she was actually in love with the Mad King and wanted to give birth to his child. And now we know that that's Jon Snow. I love that scene where you see the baby opening his eyes and then it cuts to Jon Snow.
Yeah, it was fantastic, and it amazes me thinking about this because Ned Stark is such an honorable man, right? So when he made a promise, he kept the promise. But that promise, all those problems it would have caused by him lying, like, oh yeah, I had sex with some barmaid and I had this kid, just to protect Jon Snow, who is I guess would be the true heir, but of course. The Mad King just got killed, so if they found out he had a son, and just like the other kids, they would kill them too, so he has to protect them.
Yes.
So it was really interesting. It's been hinted at for a long time.
Yeah.
It's been hinted at. I remember since they had the Maester at Castle Black, who actually was a Targaryen, they revealed that. There was like, oh, wait a second, he has this relationship with Jon that's a little odd. He seems to be, it was always hinted at, and now they've almost confirmed it.
Yeah, well, it will be confirmed next season when Brandon talks about it in some scene.
We'll see what happens. That was everything else north of the wall. Let's go a little bit south of the wall. Now we go to Winterfell. A lot of cool stuff happened here. Sir Davos confronts the Red Woman, Melisandre. What did you do to Princess Shireen?
Yes.
And she finally admits it in front of Jon Snow. I had her burnt at the stake.
Yes.
And this is back and forth with them two, where she clearly regrets this decision. She's not happy about this decision because it kind of undermined her whole belief system about the Lord of Light. Is the Lord of Light real? Do I know what I'm doing? Of course, her beliefs got reaffirmed when she raised Jon Snow from the dead, but still, this was a mistake. She admits it was a mistake she made. And then Sir Davos is devastated because Shireen was always closer to him than her parents, because her parents were crazy.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. And his acting, I don't know the actor's name in the scene, was fantastic. I really felt his anger, like at this woman, like, I want to fucking tear you apart.
Yeah.
And then Jon Snow sends her south, so she's not done. So she'll have a role to play in the greater war to come.
Yeah, because that's what she said. Like, I would be a good tool at your disposal.
I raised you from the dead, man.
Yeah,
Come on, that's got to give me some points.
Yeah.
Which is probably the only reason she didn't kill her. He's like, well, she did raise me from the dead.
Yeah. But if you come back, you're gonna get hanged as a murderer.
Right.
But then they showed a scene of Jon and
Sansa, all the Northern Lords.
Yeah, and then they're all pledging their allegiance to him.
And it was they had another great scene with Lady Mormont.
Yes.
The 10-year-old young Lady Lord. They're all kind of like, well, the battle's over. Let's just go back home because winter, it's here. Blah blah blah. And then she rises up and says, oh, you weren't there, but I was there. And we only recognize one king in the north. And then Jon's like, hey. There's the greater war to come.
Yeah.
These guys, they don't give a fuck about the winner. They're bringing the winner.
Yeah.
They don't care about the winner.
Yeah.
So you better rally to a cause, otherwise we're all screwed.
Yeah, and I saw this really funny thing about that little girl. It was said that if she had 3 dragons, the show would already be over. Because I really like that actress.
She's really nails it. I mean. They've done some good job with some of the kid actors, because Shireen, the one that played the little princess, was another really fantastic role. I still remember her screams when she's burning. I'm like, this is too realistic.
Yeah, it is.
It was so brutal. So now Jon Snow is king of the north. Littlefinger doesn't seem too happy about that.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking just because he's king of the north doesn't mean Littlefinger can't be like, well, look, why don't you come down with me? You got your brother king of the north, and you come down here and be queen of the south. We'll see what happens. But this episode, I'll talk about a summary in a moment. Let's move on more. Let's go way south to Dorne. We haven't seen them since episode 1 of the season.
Yeah.
Good thing.
Yeah, yes.
Because this is lame now. No one gives a shit about that.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the sand stakes are there, but look who else is there. Grandma Ma Tyrella's there.
Yeah.
And why is she there? It's because her whole family's been wiped out.
Yeah.
And because the Lannisters, they already have declared war on the people from Dorne. This is basically it's a declaration of war on the Tyrell.
Yeah.
So we better join forces. And then, oh shit, Lord Varys.
Yeah. That's where he was going.
So all these groups are you can see the players falling into place of who's going to be on whose side for next season, because I see like one more season of the humans being the main battle that's happening. Like next season, I can imagine Daenerys' storyline as a conqueror, in a way, kind of ending. She wins or whatever. And then the last season is the war with White Walkers.
Yes.
So there'll be like one more season where they're setting up the main villains, like Cersei's now this villainous character. So it's interesting seeing all these things being put into place. And then near the end of the episode, we see something really cool happen. The Freys get wiped out. The two sons get wiped out, and then Walder Frey gets wiped out by who? Arya Stark.
Yeah.
And her assassination skills.
Yeah.
She still got him. I'm not sure where she got the other face from.
Yeah. And she fed him his sons.
Yep.
Which was brutal.
Yep.
Yeah, but and she took the whole time to bake that pie. but yeah, that whole thing was really good. They're actually making Arya's storyline interesting again.
That was awesome reveal, and also got rid of another like. The Freys are no longer needed.
Yes.
Their storyline is done. Get them out of the way. So they're like, this episode cleared so many characters. It killed numerous major characters, so many, and it seemed necessary to see like necessary housekeeping.
Yes.
Because Game of Thrones, it just kept getting more and more and more characters. I'm like, how are you gonna resolve all these people's storylines? Oh, I know, just kill them all.
Kill them all in one episode.
All in one episode. I mean, it's amazing all the people they killed. But it sets up, I think, a really great season 7. And the last shot we see is the ships, the dragons, the Dothraki and their horses. They're finally, after another 6 years of saying, we're going to cross the narrow sea. We're going to cross the narrow sea.
They're finally doing it.
Finally doing it.
The dragons are going to go mess shit up.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. The Bay of Dragons. It's no longer Slaver's Bay. It's the Bay of Dragons.
Yeah.
And that wildfire shot, which we saw in Brendan's vision, we know that now was in the future.
Yeah.
And I'm now almost certain that shot of the silhouette of the dragon shadow over King's Landing, that wasn't from the past.
Yeah.
That was from the future.
Yeah.
And you're going to see that shot in an extended version next season of the dragons flying over King's Landing.
Yeah.
She makes it to King's Landing. I think she's going to make it to King's Landing.
Yeah.
Please don't. Oh no, a storm has come, and now we're off on some islands.
Yeah, I hope that it starts off with them like actually cross the narrow sea.
Yeah, please. It's narrow. It's not that wide. They can get there pretty soon. It's pretty good. Especially that people are moving faster this season.
Yes.
You know, they're not as slow as they used to be. This season finale was amazing.
Yeah.
The show's amazing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I can't wait for the rest of the show. We know that there's only going to be a few more seasons, and they're going to be shorter, less than 10 episodes, which is actually good because we want them to have a focused storyline.
And the budget.
Yes.
Yeah, they got a big budget, but they have to stretch it out. So if they have a few less episodes, they don't have to have the episodes that suddenly it's like, wait, it's just all talking in this episode. What happened?
Yeah.
Right, we ran out of money. So I'm excited. We'll do a full season review coming up. We'll have to gather our thoughts. I need to think about this for a bit because there's just so much going on. I'm not really sure how I can even review a Game of Thrones season because the show's so awesome.
Yeah.
We'll deal with those things to come. Anything else you want to say, Cobb?
When we do that, we'll actually give a proper score to the season.
Proper score, yes.
Because there were a lot of really awesome episodes. But then there were a few just things that I had minor nitpicks with. But it brought
Episodes 7 and 8.
Yeah, it brought the season down a little bit. But we're still going to give it a score after we gather our thoughts.
It's episodes 7 and 8, which apparently were both by the same director.
Okay, makes sense.
Those are the 2 weakest episodes of the season. But the thing with the show, though, you're rating the whole season.
Yeah.
So, but we'll get to that. That I'm in inner conflict already about rating Game of Thrones because I like it too much. But we'll talk about that later. Anyways, this has been Geeks in the Movies, and we'll talk to you later.